hate puppies. It's good podcast.
I feel threatened.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House. Glad to have you here. We've got 3 of the 4 in the house tonight. Unfortunately, the one that is missing has done his part. We'll get to that a little bit later. So
Yeah.
I'm
excited.
And now that he's not here, I appreciate his efforts.
Yeah.
Oh,
That works out much
Tough
better
task
for me.
at hand. We'll see what
This is the disadvantage of asking listeners for topics.
yes.
'Cause then sometimes they send them in.
Yeah, this is Joe. This is what Joe sent in. Wanted to know, should we talk about it now or no?
No, I'll get to it.
Okay.
I want to apologize for my voice this evening. My God, I had a long weekend. I haven't had a real long bender type weekend in a while.
You got away. You don't get away very much anymore.
I don't leave the house. It's actually really scary out there. It's a big world.
it's a scary big world. Sometimes it comes in small packages.
Yes. So I ended up going. I went out to the plumber's house.
Yeah.
So he's got a lake house, and I on Thursday
It's
night.
even better than owning your own lake house.
It is.
I have friends with lake houses.
You're absolutely right on that one. Yeah, it was Thursday I was talking to the plumber, and the whole family was going up there Friday. And I was talking to the plumber, and I was like, yeah, man, I can't wait to get there. He's like, yeah, I'm on my way. And I'm like, well, I mean, you're on your way. It's like, I'd like to go now.
Oh,
I'm not working tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
I talked to my wife, and she's like, no. She's a planner.
Yeah.
She can't.
Oh, no.
She can't flip the script last
She
minute.
can't.
Yeah.
She can't. She was like, no. I need to pack. I'm spending tonight packing. I'm doing all my stuff.
She's right. If you haven't done all those things, then yeah.
I hadn't done any of those things.
Yeah, but you, like me, when you go to the lake, you pack for yourself. Your wife's packing for herself, the 2 kids, and you.
She is taking on additional responsibility. I will give her that. But so I just went in my I had a pile of laundry that was clean.
Yeah.
And I just just started pushing stuff into the bag.
Yeah.
Fortunately, of the things that went in the bag, jorts made the short list.
Yeah.
I definitely all day Saturday, or Friday when the team showed up, the rest of my family, I'm in jorts.
Oh, so you went Thursday.
I went Thursday night.
You didn't.
I didn't stay.
I cut you off.
No.
You were like, hey, can we go? She's like, no. You're like, well, I'm going anyway.
Well, I was like, well, do you care if I go? She's like, you either take the kids or you take the dog. I want something to be easier.
That's fair.
Did you think about that question?
I immediately was like, I'll take the dog. And then by the time I got back from a mission, I was like, you know what? If the kids want to go, I'll take them. But they have to understand, I'm leaving late.
Yeah.
I'm leaving at 9 o'clock. It's after bedtime. When you get there, you're going to bed.
Yeah.
And when I got there, his kids were asleep. So, they would have had to go to bed.
Right.
So the kids were smart and said, you know what, that sounds stupid. My oldest daughter, she's very much like my wife. She goes to bed early. She values her sleep. She goes, hold on. You want me to get in your truck, fall asleep in the truck, get somewhere I don't know, and then you wake me up to drag me inside to put me in another bed? She goes, yeah, I'll wake up in the morning with Mom.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I
And
get the logic.
And ride Mom's plush car up there.
Yeah, because, of course, I was in the old 4Runner.
Yeah.
But so I basically took all the stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, everyone pack. I was like, I got to go get something because I bought the insert for a bucket.
Oh, I see that.
No.
Yes, look at that thing, Stu. How sweet is that? The bucket cooler from Dakine, the party bucket, which by the end of the weekend was just referred to as the dude because the dude provides.
Nice.
Everything you need's in the dude. That thing is cooler. The Dakine party bucket is worth every dollar of the $30.
Well, it's called a party bucket, but it's a 5-gallon bucket insert.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty dope. I give you that. Now, is that the Yeti that you've been talking about underneath of it? Because I didn't know Yeti had a Lowe's brand.
They don't.
Step down.
They don't. So actually, before I left, I was like, well, I need to get out to the lake house. I was like, I haven't packed. Priorities. I need to go get a Yeti bucket.
So you bought the insert before you even had a bucket to put it in.
Well, I have other buckets.
Yeah.
They're just kind of dirty and but
You want a
Lowe's
new bucket.
Lowe's had 2 Yeti buckets in charcoal in stock, according to the website. So I was like, perfect. I'll just go to Lowe's and get the charcoal colored Yeti bucket.
Oh, so you went up there to get the Yeti bucket.
Yes, I was like, I'm sold. I walked that damn store for 20 minutes, and I'm like, I am wasting time.
You talk to anybody?
Yeah, so I finally go to a guy, and this was the most awkward question. At the end of every aisle is a stack of Lowe's buckets.
Yeah.
The entire length of the store.
Oh, I see where this is going.
I don't need any of these 2,000 buckets at the end caps.
And I'm like, excuse me, sir. I see here on the website that you have 2 charcoal-colored Yeti buckets in stock. I would like to know where the Yeti buckets are. And he just looks down at my feet because I'm standing next to a pile of buckets.
Yeah.
He's like, I mean, we have buckets here. And I was like, no. It's a Yeti bucket.
Yeah.
And then I felt
This
so
is more bucket than your bucket.
I felt so ashamed. I said, look, that's what I was sent here to get.
Yeah.
Pawn it off. I couldn't possibly bring myself to admit
It's a gift.
I'm buying a $40 bucket. So he's like, all right, well, we got some other buckets. He walks me down another aisle, and there's buckets. He's like, I don't see a Yeti bucket. And I was like, well, it says here. And he's like, yeah, let me go check the thing. He goes, actually, sir, we don't have 2 buckets. We have 3 in charcoal in the store. I was like, okay, not helpful.
Usually when you get some help, like they can walk
He's
you right
looking at
to
it.
it.
He goes, I don't even see what aisle it is in. It's so weird. And he calls his buddy, and he's like, hey, man, where are the Yeti buckets? And the guy's like, Yeti shipments come in on such and such. And he's like, no. We have 3 of them here. So where are the Yeti buckets? And he's like, Yeti bucket. He goes, yeah, it's a charcoal bucket. And the guy goes,
Oh, for charcoal?
He goes, charcoal, aisle 25. I'm like, you jackass. Like, and I knew
You're looking at a Weber insert for under your grill the whole charcoal like you already have.
I knew what was coming when he said
Yeah.
he quickly was like, oh, then it'd be in aisle 25. So the guy gets off. He goes, if we have it, it's in aisle 25. And I'm like, all right. Walk down. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought aisle 25 would be. Grills and grill accessories.
Yep.
So I walked through there. I was like, yeah, clearly no Yeti bucket.
No, I bet they have them. I bet those dummies didn't know where they were.
Oh, yeah.
though.
Apparently, after talking to the plumber, apparently there is a spot in the pro section
Yeah.
up front where they keep all the Yeti stuff.
But you're an amateur.
Yeah, and I actually walked all the way to the pro section, and it was like, this is lumber.
Yeah.
And I turned down the aisle. If I had gone 3 more feet, I might have
Yeah.
I might have come across it. But I gave up, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to take one of these $3 buckets because I don't want to go home without a bucket.
Yeah.
And then so I left, and I went to Dick's, and Dick's, of course, has Yeti everything.
Yeah.
Dude, they're like sold out of Yeti everything, like
Wow.
big gaping holes all through the stuff. And then sure enough, they had them in white and khaki. And they only make 4 colors: seafoam green, white, khaki, and charcoal. And I had narrowed it to I want seafoam green and charcoal. I couldn't bring myself to spend $40 on the wrong bucket.
Yeah.
So
So you narrowed it down to
beige
one
is
color.
awful.
yeah, the beige is gross.
And white's just going to get filthy.
Yeah, my logic too. So I
Yeah.
want
True.
charcoal. So I got a Lowe's bucket, but I love that thing. That
But
thing is great.
that blue looks better than a seafoam would anyway.
But with what you
I
got
don't know. I don't see it.
with your insert there, it matches, so you can't even see it.
Yeah.
I love the bucket.
Yeah.
The bucket cooler was like the hit of the weekend. Every time, it's because it's got 8 koozies on the outside. You just fill with your empties as you're drinking, haul them back up from the dock. And it actually holds ice for at least a day drink.
Yeah.
Which is all
Yeah.
you really need out of it.
That's all you need out of most coolers.
Yeah. Now the Yeti sat up on the deck for 3 days, had ice. That's how it works. Yeti's great.
Not if you go in and out of it. I stand by that.
True.
Yeah, you want to keep it closed. Don't
Yeah.
don't get your beer. You don't even know how to work a Yeti. It's so sad.
Put your ice in it. Never touch it for a week, and then you still have ice.
But definitely had a good time down there, man. But I saw something.
Was it packed?
Was what packed?
The lake.
The lake's always packed.
Well, we were in an area that's no wake for like quite a while. So whatever traffic we saw was
Coming and going.
puttering by. Yeah,
Did you
it
get
was great.
the rainstorm that's flooded out everything here?
Hell yeah, you did.
Not as bad as you guys did.
I mean, it stalled out over Chesterfield, but I guess you didn't get it up there.
But I found something. And I almost convinced the plumber to buy this in real time. Like this is pretty nice. And Troy, I know you're looking for a boat. How much would you spend, say, $9,500 on a boat?
I would.
Okay. Because for $9,500, you can get quite the ship. Boat.
A ship. Boat?
Somewhere
Is it a ski boat, a pontoon boat, a bass boat?
it's somewhere in between a ship and a boat.
This is wooden.
Troy, spend some time. Take a gander at this butte. Now,
Oh,
unfortunately,
yeah.
you can't click on any of the pictures. That is a screenshot of a listing. But I want you to take a look at that boat. That's the boat.
That's pretty sick. It's a
$9,500
houseboat?
That's a houseboat.
for
A
$9,500.
pirate ship houseboat.
A pirate ship houseboat is for sale in
28
Mechanicsville
foot
right
long.
now. 28 foot, 2 305 engines in the back.
Does it run?
Yes. It runs through the bay. It goes to the Bahamas and buries booty.
The hell it does. That looks like a deal for $9,800. $9,500.
Apparently, this guy has been building he takes.
I've seen him
He
sell
takes regular
boats,
ships. And,
pirate ships before. I've seen
Yeah.
other versions of that guy's.
He's been
work.
doing this since about 2017. His name is Daniel Corder or Cormer, and he's out of Mechanicsville, and he's building these damn things. He's building pirate ships.
So he's buying old boats and refurbishing them.
Yeah, and turning them into pirate ships and putting planks on them and big old masts on.
Yeah, it's painted
Yeah,
black. It's
looks
awesome
good.
looking.
but the best part of the ad is you are looking for a pirate ship, and then further down it says, for sale by owner.
Yeah. Owner. So my
That's
voice,
awesome.
my voice is shot because for 3 days I was R-ing everything, and my voice is completely shot because I'll be damned if I don't want to buy that pirate ship. $9,500. Like, it changed my whole outlook on so many things, and I almost had the plumber convinced. I was like, bro, if you just docked this next to your boathouse,
Yeah.
It'll be the
because
party.
he was like, I want to extend the boathouse, about 8 feet this way, and I was like, I got something cheaper than adding 8
Yeah.
feet on there. Why don't you just pull this pirate ship up? And he's like,
You have guest quarters.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, now you have guest quarters, and I was like, when you're not here, that's an Airbnb dream.
Yeah,
To walk off of the pirate ship onto the dock, like, people would love it.
yeah.
It's like, dude, you could make money. You put little maps in there to an X and bury shit in your yard.
Yeah.
Little kids digging your yard up all day.
That's $200 a night Airbnb easily.
Easy. That's what I was thinking. Sleeps 4.
Money.
Easy money.
I
And
want
you
that.
charge extra to take it out from the dock.
Oh, dude, could you imagine? It's got 2 305s just going nuts. And we drank for 3 days on this. You can only imagine
I bet it's slower than shit though.
in a lake,
Yeah,
those engines are built for.
it's not 305 outboard.
No.
It's inboard outboard. So it's a different. It's a 2 Chevy engines. in
Yeah,
it.
It's
305.
got 2 of them in there.
Yeah.
305s would have had my Monte Carlo.
I just got to believe that it's
It's not
way
305
more.
horsepower.
No,
I
it's
just
a
assume
Titan.
it's way more than you need on a lake, and you'll
You'd
certainly
be surprised.
you'll certainly
You'd be
catch some
surprised.
eyes.
28 feet's a lot of boat to move, especially with all those accessories on it. And
Yeah.
you got turned into a
They're
houseboat.
aerodynamic, dude. It's skeletons.
Yeah.
It's not like it's full bodies.
Yeah, the full sails don't slow you down
Yeah.
when you're trying to go.
There's no sails on them. It's just masts and
Crow's nests.
and netting and ropes and skeletons hanging
Poop
off
decks.
it.
Yeah.
I got to get that thing. Could you imagine?
I would love for you to get that.
jumping off the front, walk the plank into the
Yeah.
water.
Oh.
Dude, it's a moneymaker. And it totally changed my whole thing. I was like, that's it. I'm just buying some
Why would-
land.
But who cares about a moneymaker? Use it yourself.
Yeah.
I will, but it rents any weekend you're not there. It
Every-
rents.
I don't want to rent my place out.
I'm not. I'm renting out of a pirate boat.
I wouldn't want to rent. You definitely don't want to rent a pirate boat out.
Yes, you do. You put rum in
People
there for the
trash
people.
it.
All I know is I see
People would
every
respect
single
it.
drinking game loser ending with walk the plank.
Oh, for sure.
Every time. Well, walk the
Done.
plank, nerd. I would love to get that thing.
I think you should
That
Pirate
thing's on a
boat.
Facebook page right now.
find a
It's-
piece of land with a dock on it, and you don't even have to build a house there.
Yeah, $9,500, dude. Come on.
That's awesome.
And this guy, like you said, this is not the first one he's done.
Yeah,
Because he's done multiples of these. He's creating a market.
yeah.
He's a market
Definitely.
innovator.
I'd love one, but the boat I need needs to be more practical.
What is more practical than a pirate ship? You literally go steal whatever you want.
Good point.
I told
hadn't
him.
thought about that.
I told him all he has to do is go to the end of his creek, turn it sideways, drop anchor, and anytime someone comes out, I was like, extort your neighbors. They'll love it. They'll think it's hilarious.
Fire a warning shot over their bow.
Yeah.
and then you're good to go.
Oh, fireworks in the cannons at all
Yeah.
times.
Boom.
Dagoosh.
And the good news about a lake is you have plenty of places to run and hide. Oh wait,
They'll never catch you. You extort your neighbors and then you go hide it.
it
Where's
Sir.
the noise? Where's the noise coming from?
Sir, is the pirate boat that robbed us? Which one?
The one.
Yeah, the one. The one that's going about 4 knots down the lake right now.
Well, this whole thing.
Scrambling to take down the Union Jack and put up something different.
Just,
Or take down like Skull and Crossbones.
yeah,
And put up an American.
put up something real chill.
You'll never know.
Not
What?
Union
No.
Jack. That's the
That's
I know.
the British.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the British. I'm saying take down the
Calico
Skull.
Jack.
Take down the
Skull
Skull
and
and Crossbones
Crossbones.
and then put up something.
Yeah, what? No, me? No. Couldn't be.
Smoke screen.
I'm a peaceful pirate. What are you
Yeah,
talking
we're
about?
friendly pirates.
Yeah.
We're just here for fun and rum.
Have you ever been down to Virginia Beach? They have a pirate ship you can go out on?
No, is it awesome?
It is awesome.
Yeah, see,
We
that'd
took
be
the kids out
sweet.
on it. Like, it's huge. And, like, they do, like, the whole thing. They take you up and down the beach. Then they take you back up in the cove, and another pirate chases you down in a boat, and they have water cannons you shoot at them with.
That's one right at
It's
Rudy's.
fun.
Isn't that
Yeah,
Rudy?
yeah.
First Street.
So we're getting this.
Do it.
Like, we could throw in on this. We could have a pirate ship by end of week.
Here we go.
Oh.
This is
Part
another one of
ownership.
Brendan's big talking dreams. He's going to buy something, and he's not.
If you don't want to make money, dude.
I don't.
We're gonna Airbnb
I
this
don't
thing.
want to make money. I like using my vacation spot. Get a vacation spot already.
That's it. That's the
That
first
is
step.
a-
The first step is you buy that, and then you just buy land. Buy
Does
land
it
on
come
the
with
water.
a trailer?
No.
It's got to.
Then we're-
Why
it's
would
in
it come with
Mechanicsville.
the-
it's in
There's no
Mechanicsville
lake.
somewhere.
It's got to be on a
We're
trailer.
gonna helicopter it wherever we need it to go. You
All
wait.
right.
Big money.
I'm not holding my breath for you to buy this.
You wait
thing.
till a nice foggy day, and
I
you
do
let-
see the plumber buying it before you.
Oh, I think I've got him. Actually, I just got a text, and it was his youngest son. He was just sitting there on the couch going, "Pirate ship, pirate ship, pirate ship." Like, I had those kids sold. They're like, "Mom, we're really getting this, right?" She's like, "No," and the plumber's like, "Oh no, we're getting
Yeah.
it. We're getting it."
Yeah, he's got 2 boys too, so you
Yeah.
know they're like steamed up for it.
Oh, they think this is the best idea they've
Yeah.
ever heard.
They-
And by
they
the
would-
end of the weekend, I think his wife was even coming around. Like,
It would pay for itself in 5 weekends
if you wanted to,
to
yes.
Airbnb it.
Yes, you could pay for it. It's actually
Like 6.
there's no
I mean,
risk.
yeah.
Pirate ships have never had risk. They're
well,
safe.
my wife sent me one of the link to one of those he was selling for like $5 or $6 grand.
Yeah, like how is
Like
these
we
so
thought
cheap?
about it. Well, this one, the one we were looking at was like, it was open deck. It was like a center console boat. It
That's
didn't.
awesome.
It didn't have a houseboat built onto it. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, these guys are this guy's cranking these things out.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it started in 2017 was the first time he started getting notoriety. He was on like the local news and all this stuff. Oh, he's pretty
It's a
interesting.
good concept.
Yeah, if anyone wants to Google it, it's Daniel Corder, and he's putting up pirate ships for sale. They're dope.
I'd like to see one up close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too.
'Cause from a picture, it looks good. But I mean, a decent boat that runs well. I mean, to get for under 10 grand is kind of rare. And if he did a lot of work on it, that seems even like I don't know where the money is to be
The
made.
inside of it definitely looked retro 70s from a few of the pictures.
Yeah, no, we should be buying these things though. But it's totally changed my whole perception. I'm like, wait a minute, yeah, houseboat's not a horrible idea,
Yeah,
especially if it's something cool.
yeah.
But you see houseboats the other day, like the
Well, my
slides
best
coming
friend,
off.
when we were kids, his parents bought a piece of land at the lake and put a nice dock, and at Lake Anna on the private side, on the warm side, they never built there. They just had sheds there that they kept their storage, and then they drag a boat down there, and we go skiing all day. Then
Like,
after
sleep
they had
on
it
the
for
boat
like-
or drive home.
we drive home because it's an hour and 15
Yeah.
minutes away.
Yeah, but see, that doesn't work for me. I can't drive home.
No, but
I have a
my po-
disease where by nighttime I'm very drunk.
My point is, you can buy the land and the dock without building on it if you buy a houseboat.
That's
True.
kind of, and the houseboats are pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Like that's as cheap as a trailer.
Yeah, well, you just got to make sure there's no like HOAs that say you can't do that.
I don't see why anyone would have a problem with a pirate ship.
On the private side, they would, for sure.
I believe.
They want you to build $1 million home.
What about a $9,000 pirate ship?
They might let you just
What are you,
sure-
a prude?
Yeah,
bring a little fun to the private side.
Oh no, it definitely
just buy on the public side.
it made for a lot of dreams. It was almost like when the lottery's up to like 200 million. Like you bought you're $2 in. Like
Yeah.
you dream for
You
a couple
always
days.
have a dream.
I do.
You always have a dream.
I do like
Keep
a dream.
it alive.
I do like a dream.
It drives me crazy.
Hope, man. Hope is a powerful thing.
Because he's been talking about the lake house for so long. I keep sending him links. He's like, well, that one doesn't have this, and this one doesn't have this. I'm like, are you going to buy a lake house, or are you going to just talk about buying a lake house?
Yeah.
I think he's just come around to talking about it.
If the pandemic hadn't hit, the lake house would have happened. I had already set up the financing, the whole nine for that one. That was unfortunate. Actually, probably fortunate.
Well, the pandemic's also the reason you can't find any Yeti stuff in Dick's. Everybody's going out.
Where's that
camping
money
and doing
coming
stuff.
from?
I'm just chipping away at the lake house fund. Yeti.
Yeah. No, I mean like everyone else, right? Like everybody else is
yeah.
supposed to be tightening down, but Stu's probably right. There's a lot more camping, a lot more outdoorsy stuff going on now.
That's the truth. I mean, honestly, if you look at like jet skis right now, they're $2,000 more than they were a year ago for the same piece of crap. I saw a guy asking $6,000 for a jet ski yesterday. He's like, it doesn't run. Like, what do you possibly think?
The thing about a nice jet ski is you can get a boat for that, and it's like, what? I mean, a jet ski,
and you can't buy one jet ski.
Yeah,
it's a two situation.
Well, I saw a guy had that. It was only $3,500. It was pristine condition. It was one of those 6-passenger Sea-Doo runabouts or whatever.
Jet boats. Yeah,
it was like a Sea-Doo.
Those are fun.
Just tool around. I was like, damn, that might be interesting.
There was a guy selling an old Speedster, which is the one that literally has 3 seats across the back, and one of them is the driver.
Right.
It's like, so you got 3 seats across the back, and then it's got one other seat up here. And I was like, hon, that's just enough to take the family around.
There you go.
And the guy wanted like a little over $2,000 for it. I was like, why don't I just go get that? We'll tow it down to the river. At least we have a good summer. She was like, I don't want that because our friends can't come. And I was like, that's precisely why I want that boat. Because I don't want to spend my day watching everybody drink while I drive around.
Yeah.
If it's just the 4 of us, this is great. We're out just having family time. But as soon as you open it up to like,
well, it's kind of where we are with our lake place. Like, we can sleep more people, but it's just not comfortable. And there's certain people we would like to have down, but most people we don't want to come down.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It really is. And so, like, if you have a ton of space, it's great. But there's disadvantages to it. And so,
I mean, as soon as I got the place, like, I had people coming out of the woodwork, like, can't wait to come down. I'm like, you were never going to be invited. Like, if it was a 5-bedroom house, you were never coming. What are you talking about? Like,
do you have a decent spot to pitch a tent?
Oh, yeah, we can pitch tents, for sure. And I'd love to have a guys trip down there.
That we still should do, especially as we get into the fall.
Yeah.
Like, it's less crowded down there. No one will really care if we have a bunch of guys out there sleeping in tents. I actually just ordered something. I hope it gets here. It's a tent for the back of the 4Runner.
Oh, nice.
But it it uses the soft top that's on it. It's just like a little awning thing.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I totally
you just throw an
that.
air mattress in there?
Yeah, but it allows you to put the tailgate down, so it gives you that 2 more feet.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I need, because I have to sleep all kind of bunched up.
Yeah.
Does it continue on like a tent, and then it taps into the
exactly
Forerunner?
right? It taps into the soft top.
Does it go off the thing so you can like walk in and stand up in it?
I wouldn't be able to stand up in it. It's like just the height.
It ends at the end of the tailgate is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't go past, because some of them go past it like
no,
down to the ground.
It goes like, it's got little things that'll stretch out, so like you might get like 6 more inches out, but it's not. It's for sleeping.
You're climbing
space.
in.
It's not
sleeping.
It's not the. Yeah, it's the one. It's not like the ones that have the room and then you attach the truck
like,
bed.
This thing's like adhered with bungee cords. Like, it is the poor man's like addition. I wasn't going to invest in. I'm not an overlander.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I don't need something crazy, but I would like an extra 2 feet.
I slept in the back of my.
That's what she
said. I slept in the back of my minivan, and that was awesome. That was, I mean,
I love that.
Rather than like pitching a tent and like getting rained on and having moisture build up in there, like if the weather's nice, just sleep in the back of the vehicle.
It's awesome. And the whole reason I found this, I was actually just looking for a screen window to put in the back. Apparently they make those.
Nice.
And I was like, whoa, for like not much more, there's a tent.
Yeah.
I'll take the tent.
Nice.
I ordered that 15 minutes before you showed up. I'm supposed to be going on this camping trip in 2 weeks, not this weekend coming up, but the weekend after that. And then I looked at like the ship times, and it was like, all right, well, after we ship it, it's 6 days. And I started running the numbers, and they're like, it usually takes 2 to 3 days to ship. I was like, oh, shit.
So it won't be here?
If it gets here, it's literally going to be like, I'm going to get up that morning, and like, if UPS has come, I'm in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm crammed in the back, and I'll be like, send it back.
Yeah.
That was for this.
You'll keep it.
I will. I'll just sleep in the yard.
Yeah.
It'll come in handy eventually.
Be like, Brendan's sleeping in the driveway. No, these are red, right, Troy?
Yeah.
That one's orange.
That's fine. As long as these are all red.
Okay.
Oh,
Just
thank
making
God.
sure. I just
We're in
looked over and
business.
saw it.
Production.
Want to make sure we're
superb.
good.
That would have been bad. That would have been bad. Yeah, so it was an interesting weekend for me, though. Throat's a little shot. Fortunately, well, unfortunately, in some respects, we got a topic sent in by a listener
Yes.
this week, and it'll keep me from having to talk a lot. So,
You want to roll into that after the deli?
Yeah, it's probably good. Second part.
Oh, we're gonna pause.
Well, we have
No,
some
I'll
other
just-
topics.
What do you want to talk about?
Oh, Lord knows.
I think we should end with the big listener.
Big
Yeah.
finish. Okay,
Yeah.
Give us a
good
good-
with that.
Good
so-
time segment for it. Yeah, you had an interesting weekend. I had an interesting weekend.
Yeah, Stu, why don't we talk about your
It's not really interesting
you're
as
in-
far as your
fucking
camping.
intelligence over there?
Yeah.
So why don't you give him your crocodile hunter story?
So, yeah, me trying to be the, crocodile hunter with a rattlesnake. Not a rattlesnake, copperhead.
You're turtle man over there.
I came home. I came home and came home to a garage with a nice little rattlesnake in it. And
Copperhead.
copperhead. Why do I have a fucking rattlesnake stuck in my head? Because I was thinking about it. So a copperhead only causes pain, and a rattlesnake is a neurotoxin. We can completely.
Well, can't copperheads kill humans?
Yeah,
I mean,
copperheads
They
can
can,
kill
but
you.
it's a little bit different as far as the effects right away.
But we're not. We're all in agreement here. We're not fans of copperheads in the garage.
No.
No.
I'm not fans of copperheads.
Yeah,
The couple
I kill 'em.
copperheads I've seen around here, it causes absolute terror to the
Yeah.
kids and the wife. They won't go out in the
Yep.
yard forever. I don't have the heart to tell them that every time I cut down these trees and stack them in the back, I'm just creating more copperhead
Oh, yeah.
condos
Yep.
all along back here. I don't know if they haven't pieced that together because they keep letting me cut down trees and chop them up and stack them.
Every time I get wood out of the back of there, I find baby snakes, and I don't know what kind they are, but I mean they're tiny.
Probably super harmless.
I pick them up and
Super
handle them.
harmless.
You pick them up and what?
Handle
Handle
them.
him. He's a snake handler, snake charmer.
But I'm wearing gloves, and they're tiny. I mean, they're like
Yeah, itty bitty.
5-6 inches.
The only thing I've ever found in there, I haven't actually come across a snake in there,
Yeah.
but I have come across
Skins,
shedded
yeah.
skins, just to let you know,
Yeah.
hey, we just moved out because
We're around.
we're huge now.
We're too big.
yeah. But I did find one out in the front yard coming across the driveway. He was just sunning himself in the driveway.
Yeah.
And actually, I didn't find it. My daughter did. She was like, "Hey, Dad, you come here for a second?" I was like, "You better back up."
Was it copperhead?
Yeah. I
Nice.
was like, I don't think I want you anywhere near that snake.
Yeah, I didn't have that smart. So I walked, the garage door opened, and sitting in the middle is a 2-foot copperhead.
So you immediately back away.
So,
Or stomp it to death.
well,
kill
You
it.
go get a
I
shovel.
immediately was like,
You go get a shovel, right? Something
Yeah,
about
or
5 feet
rake.
long.
no,
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't.
rake. That's
No,
good.
it's good. Just wasn't thinking. I just grabbed a shoe, started pushing it out the garage.
We want one of Shaq's shoes.
Yeah. A
Yeah,
23-inch Shaq. Jordan.
Should have been a wish.
A high top to give you a little extra distance.
Little protection. Put
Yeah.
your hand in there.
Yeah.
Okay. No, Stu, we're following.
Yeah,
now
that
you got
makes
one of
sense.
Shaq's high tops. You went in with that. That makes more sense. Now, is that what you got?
No, just got regular shoe.
Flip flop.
No, it's
Fucking
actually it was a
sandal.
bike.
Yeah.
It was a bike shoe.
Crocs.
One of those
A
shoes.
bike shoe? Like a
one of those-
clip-in bike shoe?
Yeah, a clip-in bike shoe.
Is that the worst you could have? I mean,
I just grabbed what was right there.
You know, if you come down on a copperhead with that, the
It would've
only
killed it.
spot that'll kill it is the 1-inch clip.
yeah.
The rest of it won't touch.
well,
Yeah.
actually, that
Because
was
clip-
probably what I should have done was just whacked it to death. But no, I just wasn't thinking, and I just let me push this thing out of here. Wasn't going to kill it. Started pushing it out.
Pushed it
Well, with the shoe.
without intent to kill.
No, I was
Snakes
wasn't
love. I do. If there's one thing I know about snakes, is they love being fucked with.
That's actually a
Yeah,
fact.
with it.
They,
Yeah.
if you poke them,
Yeah, if
they
you poke them
calm
repeatedly
down.
with something, they
Yeah.
get it. They understand what you're getting at, and then they slither away on their own accord.
Well, that's why they always say, like, "Oh, he's logical like a snake."
Yeah.
That's why you always hear that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
an
yeah.
old
Well,
adage.
Well, this guy didn't do that. Every
What?
time I pushed him, he wouldn't slither away. I'd push him, and he'd come to a stop, and he'd curl back up.
Well, when
strike-
they're curling up, that means
strike
they're
position.
happy and they're
comfortable.
friendly.
Yeah, they're comfortable. They're calm.
Yeah, and
Well, no, this
that's
was
when
he
you can
looked like
just
the S's back and forth.
you can pick them up. Like
Oh
that.
God, he was doing the back and forth S move.
Well, he was back and forth just
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so
But he wasn't
instead of just
moving, he
laying,
was just ready to go.
Ready to strike is
Right.
what that's called.
we call that prone position.
So I pushed him 3 times, and he was outside the garage, right at the edge of the door. And I went to push him one last time, and when I did that, he struck and just barely nipped enough of my finger
You
to
got
cause
bit.
an issue.
bit by a copperhead
Got bit by a copperhead.
while kicking him with a shoe on your hand.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know what else to tell you. And it wasn't anything.
Stu, that's so bad on so many levels. Like, I don't know why you would have thought for 1 second that was a good
You know
I can
what
honestly
messes
tell
me
you though,
up?
right off the bat, I didn't know it was I just didn't think it was a copperhead.
But I almost said you're a smart guy. Let me preface that. When it comes to these kind of things, like, you're the guy that I would ask for advice. Like, hey, Stu, is this a copperhead? Hey, Stu, how do I dispose of a copperhead?
Yeah.
Hey, Stu, the carburetor's not working. These are the questions. This is your lane. What the hell happened?
Major brain fart. That's about all I can chalk it up to.
Literally his lane. Born in West
Yeah.
Virginia, grew up down in the bayou,
Yeah.
and goes, copperhead, get me a shoe.
give me the shortest thing I could to fucking poke with this guy
Yeah.
with.
Give me some Legos. I'm gonna stop
yeah.
it with these Legos.
That was just the beginning of the evening, but yeah.
I assume that was.
You got a 12-inch ruler I could poke this guy with? Not a yardstick. I don't want to get crazy.
Yeah.
got a little tiny protractor, and
Yeah.
compass.
But as soon as it happened, I was just like, fuck. Looked at my finger, little scratches, didn't get the full clamp down.
That probably saved
just-
your ass.
Well, the first thing I did was went inside and washed it off and looked at it and started to bleed. So I just grabbed grabbed a girl's hair tie
Smart.
and wrapped it around my finger and cut it off. And then went
Cut the finger off?
Yep.
Jesus,
Got rid of
dude.
it. It was easy.
That is fucking
Some
hardcore.
Ronnie Lott shit, right?
I had
Yeah.
no idea. I mean,
Lose the
it's
nub.
dedication.
Well, I see they've already attached another finger.
Yeah, it worked really well.
Hold on. So you took a hair tie, just wrapped around your finger to keep the venom from spreading, which is
Which is
actually
what
smart. You see,
The only thing that came in was tourniquet. That's just kept thinking in my head. It's like, I don't want this to go anywhere.
with tourniquet, you lose the limb, right?
Yeah. After a while.
Eventually.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you just hair tied it
I hair tied it pretty tight
and went out to dinner,
and went to the ER.
went and played basketball, get
Yeah.
the blood pumping.
He's like, here, just suck it out.
Start doing burpees.
It bit me right in my penis. I'm going to have to suck it out. Oh, and while you're at it, get this finger, too. I think I got some residual blowback.
So you did go to the ER.
Yeah, I went to the ER. They checked it out. They took a whole bunch of blood from me. They sent me back to one thing. They sent me back to the X-ray machine. And I was like, why do I need an X-ray? And the nurse just looked at me and says, because we want to make sure the teeth didn't break off inside your finger. I was like,
They have metal
Oh.
teeth.
okay.
Dude, this
Teeth are bone. You can see the bone in your finger. I was like, all right.
I
so-
guess it is calcium.
Yeah, so I had the X-ray, and they're like, well, there's no bone in there, but you got a few floaters in there. And I was like, well, it's probably from
What's
where I
that?
broke my knuckle a couple times or jammed it. She said, you got pieces of, you got a piece that's floating. I was like, okay.
But not necessarily tooth, just bone matter in
From
a
previous.
in a bony finger from
Yeah.
like football injuries.
Yeah, whatever. I was like, well, that's good to know. So they just sit me in there for 24-hour observation, and I didn't even take a Advil, didn't take anything. They're like, we're going to watch your finger, and every 15 minutes, they're taking my blood pressure, and then every 30 minutes, they were measuring my finger, my hand, my wrist.
All night long?
Yeah.
Holy
And they
cow.
They had a mark on my index finger, mark on my hand, mark on my wrist, and mark on my forearm, and they were measuring it to see how it spread and how the inflammation went. And they said,
Dude.
my finger doubled in size. My wrist was getting a little bit swollen. The bone was starting to hurt in my finger. And they're like, if it gets to your wrist, we're putting the anti-venom in you. But if they do that, they got to send you to the ICU because it's got its own side effects that they need to monitor. And the kicker was, if you happen to get, on top of everything that the hospital is going to charge you for, if you happen to get the anti-venom, it's $11,000.
Insurance paid $11,000 or out of
Well,
pocket?
that's either way. That's what they're going to charge. It was $11,000. Whether you're paying,
Too bad
it
it
out of
wasn't a
pocket.
spider. You would have had like cool ass superpowers.
Yeah.
Oh, this dude's been bit by a brown recluse spider before. I've seen him.
What?
He's had Rocky Mountain spotted fever and shit. Like, this
Yeah.
dude gets
Jeez.
like the plague.
Well, it's
You know?
on purpose. It sounds like. So I was petting this recluse one day on my lap.
Yeah. Didn't know what he would do. He just came.
Black Widow spooked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was
So
So
you-
luckily,
So $11,000 for antivenom.
Yeah.
They kept you there overnight. You never had to get the antivenom?
no, because it stopped just shy of my wrist and it didn't start to hurt, and then the swelling after about 6 hours started going down.
Did they tell you that the tourniquet idea was actually, like, did that work in your favor? Did they ever mention it?
I just told him that. I think one person said it was a good idea. Another person said it wasn't. But then everything I read, like later on about these bites, is that if you don't do something about it quickly,
Yeah, logically it makes sense. I had I'll call him a friend. He was an acquaintance. He was in the Cub Scout den, like one just like mine when I lived in Arizona.
Uh-huh.
You know, it was like we were all in the same pack. I don't know what the hell
Yeah.
term is, but like
I think I was never a Cub Scout, but I
like
think
when we
it's
go into Pinewood
dens
Derby.
are small and then
Yeah.
packs are the dens together.
So when we would go to Pinewood Derby, his den was close enough that he was in there competing
Yeah.
with us, you know? And this kid was out playing basketball, and a rattlesnake had come across the driveway and bit him in the leg.
Ooh.
And he was pulling a stew. He was trying to kick it, but at least the shoe was on his foot.
Yeah.
And he tried to kick it away, and it bit him, and he decided to keep playing basketball because his parents weren't home yet.
pumped it all
So
through.
instead of going to like the neighbor's house, he decided to keep playing ball, and that cost him his leg
Oh my God.
because he was running around. He got the blood pumping.
Yeah.
By the time his parents came home, he's feverish and like
Yeah.
hurting, and he's sweaty from playing basketball still. And he's like, "It really hurts." They were like, "What?" They took him in. They had to take the whole damn thing.
Damn. All the way up
sucked.
to the hip.
I don't know where they. I mean, I just remember we ended up getting a lot of like rattlesnake safety courses after that
Yeah.
because this kid in the other den had lost his leg. I was like, "Phew."
Did you tell the ER about your genius shoe idea?
I just told them how it happened, and yeah, I said, this is what they're like. Well, we recommend you just don't do that next time. Get a longer stick or take a shovel and just knock the head off. But then the one nurse who apparently encounters a lot of snake bite problems, he's like, doesn't even matter if you cut the head off. We had one in here just the other day. He cut the head off and went to dispose it, and the head just clamped down on him. He got bit that way.
A snakehead.
No!
A snakehead will bite you after the head's been cut off.
Just like if it feels something going in its
Yep.
mouth, then it just
Yep.
clamps.
If you get near it, it'll open up and clamp down on you.
Yeah.
So what you do is you move everything with a shovel. You kill it with a shovel, and then you move it with a shovel.
Yep.
God, could you imagine getting bit by a decapitated head?
Yeah.
And that's like zombie venom is so much worse. So much worse.
It's not just
That's-
a copperhead.
that's a 20
It's
grand.
a zombie.
It was a
copperhead.
zombie copperhead. It was brutal.
That serum's $20,000.
Well, yeah, because you got to get the zombie and the venom.
Yeah.
Well,
That's how my
man.
great great
But I do
grandfather
have
passed.
I do have to say the
Zombie
a
copperhead.
lot of them did.
yeah, but I don't know when the last time you guys got admitted to the hospital or went through the whole because they admitted me to a room. The questionnaire that they're asking now about who you are and where you live and whatnot, as far as admin, just to be thorough.
Well, they're also in a pandemic. They want to
Yeah.
know everyone you've been around.
Yes, but I'm like, I was bit by a copperhead, and the lady's like, "Do you rent or own?" And I was like, "Well,
What's that have to do with anything?
I currently live in a house." And she said, "Is it
I
a
was
two-story-"
renting the snake. I own the house.
She's like, "Is it a 2-story house or a 1-story house?" I was
Wow.
like, "What does that have to do with
How is
anything?"
that relevant?
You know?
Do you have a room I can rent? What are we talking about here, lady?
How many car garage? Because I've got 2 cars.
What part of town are you in? I don't
How's
know.
the internet there?
But I do have to say, I had a pretty cool final doctor when they actually got me into a room, after being up all night, got me into a room at 7:30 in the morning, and they're saying that poison control says it's a 24-hour observation for copperhead bite, but he comes in, it's been like 12 hours, he's looking at my finger, it's starting to go down, all the stuff is kind of in the right direction, and I was like, yeah, I feel fine. I said, I haven't had anything but maybe 2 cups of water all night. I said, there's no medication, you guys drink all the blood and everything. And he's like, yeah, okay, I don't know what I can do here. We're going to let you go.
I recommend a Chick-fil-A biscuit. It is 7:30.
Yeah.
Peace.
See ya.
So that was at 8:30 in the morning, and sure enough, I don't get checked out till 1 o'clock because it just takes process.
Yes.
Well, and I'm sure it is worse now with
Yeah.
everything that's going on.
For sure.
Well, I'm glad to see you're alive, Stu. Actually,
Doing well.
I mean that. I'm glad you're okay. when I got that Marco Polo, I guess you guys have been talking about it at a reasonable hour. The first time
I don't think I
looked
saw it
at-
until the next day.
I looked at my phone for the first time. It was 4 a.m.
Yeah, and I responded.
And that was the worst part. I passed out so quickly after. So I saw him. He's sitting there with a mask on in the hospital with this big swollen hand.
Yeah, big
Like-
old baseball mitt on.
And I'm like, what the hell is this? He got bit by a copperhead. I was like, what? As I responded to him, I was like, man, I hope you're okay. Asked a couple questions and then promptly passed out. The next morning, woke up, got the answers. So,
Good to move forward.
yeah, I wasn't the sharpest I've ever been at that
At
point.
4 in, that doesn't sound like you. Or anyone else, for that matter.
I don't know what I ate, but there was a lot of late night eating. I guarantee I was covered in chromes of some sort. What night was that? Was it Friday or Saturday night? You got that?
So that
Friday
was
night.
Friday. It was Thursday night, so it was Friday.
Oh, so I didn't even have the family in the room.
Yeah, no, you
So
weren't.
nice.
Yeah, you didn't have the.
Yeah, so that night I'd been eating, if I remember correctly, I do. I was eating tomatoes covered with fresh mozzarella, balsamic drizzle, and covered in ranch peanuts.
Nice.
Because that's where I switched the switch.
Nice.
I was like, this it's not crunchy enough.
Yeah.
It needs a crunchy flavor texture, and it
Yeah.
actually worked. If anyone ever
To
gets
do
whatever
it.
that bougie snack is, and then you just
when
add
you're hammered.
Yeah,
and then you just add peanuts.
Yeah.
I was like, this is
Add a ton of
amazing.
alcohol first.
4 a.m.
Yes.
Yeah, 4 a.m.
Yeah.
That when you sent that Marco Polo, I didn't get to go to bed at all. I mean, I was ready for a beer.
But I hadn't started drinking until 10, and I needed to calm my nerves because what I didn't know is the GPS. When I jumped in my truck, I had just less than a quarter of a tank, and I left and thought, I'll just hit the first gas station. But GPS was like, oh, I see you would like to go the fastest
Oh,
way.
yeah.
We're going to
There's
save you
no
4
gas
minutes
that way,
by
yeah.
just keeping you in the woods from the time you leave your house to the time
Yep.
you get there. I was, and like it was on E for the last like 25 minutes. I was panicked. So when I got there, I honestly was like,
Yeah, depending on what part of that lake you're going to and how it takes you, like,
and I knew that I had to call the plumber. If
Yeah.
anything went wrong, it was like, hey, plumber, I know it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm at intersection of bumfuck
Yeah.
and nowhere. Can you come
you're
get
out
me?
there where the roads don't have names, just numbers.
Oh,
Yeah.
so can you say the name of the lake?
Anna?
Okay, I didn't. Just
You
wanted to
can
make
say that? Yeah, I was like, good for you.
Just making sure. No, I learned something the other day from my brother because with his job, he works up there on the power plant every once in a while. The lake completely cycles. The plant completely cycles the entire lake in I think a day or two.
Just that one side.
Where
That's crazy, though.
Yeah.
it's like so many, hundreds of thousands of gallons.
Yeah,
hourly.
there's a public side and there's a private side and a public side.
they don't
the public
connect?
side's cold. No, there's dams between the public and the
Yeah.
private. The private side's
Huh.
always heated. The water's always warm over there.
Yeah.
because
the reactor.
because they're using the water to
Cool
cool
the
the
fueling rods.
reactor.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
But yeah, I can't. I'd have to
Sounds
ask him
healthy.
again. But it was some. I was like the entire or whatever that lake portion of it was.
you can
was
catch some
cycled.
Homer Simpson fish up in there.
That's
I bet you
exactly
can.
right. I let the girls watch that Simpsons movie yesterday because they're always asking about the Simpsons. And
Oh yeah.
I didn't know what episode. I got 25
I don't know if I've ever
years.
seen it.
It's great. But I was like, this is a good way for them to know every character that I quote all the time.
Yeah,
I was like, you'll see them all. Even Bumblebee Man has a line. Like,
yeah.
let's do it. They enjoyed it.
I still think it's great. What's his name? Hank Azaria.
I forget you see Bart's penis right at the beginning. That that got quite the uproar.
But Hank Azaria does like the majority of the voices, right?
Yeah, at the end they were showing all the characters, and like it would say Hank Azaria, and then like 20 pictures of characters would come up. It's pretty funny. All right, so today we've got a new. We think it's a new. I the abacus would know, but I've had this beer, but I've never actually taken the time to like
Enjoy
think
it.
about it. So this is the Firestone Flyjack Hazy India Pale Ale. This is a 96 calorie. This is from Firestone Walker, who, in their defense, I don't think I've really had a bad beer from Firestone Walker. Now, mostly what I've had of theirs is IPAs, but all of them have been good. They're not kind of like trying to go over the top in any direction. So
Yeah, I don't think we've had this. I had their the other day. I was up at Wood and Iron. I had their hazy. What was it? What were talking about before we started?
Mind Haze or something.
Yeah, Mind Haze, and it was the guy told me it was kind of on the level of the very famous.
This has a great stink.
very famous
Like the
triple
Pliny's-
crossing.
Falcon Smash.
Falcon Smash. This is a 4.0 beer. 96 calories, 5 carbs.
25 IBU and 5.5 on the color.
So I had the
does that mean?
haze,
No
and it was
idea.
pretty good. So I figured I'd try this one.
Yeah, so this
For
is the
the deli.
Flyjack. This is actually a relatively popular low-cal session IPA. So, I expect big
It
things.
says beer before glory on the can.
Now, in my mind, there is no better than the Wowza, the Deschutes Wowza.
Yeah, we did
Yeah,
like that.
That was phenomenal.
Do you
So
want to
that's the one that they all have to compete
for it.
with now.
do you want to
My
read
mind.
off the little write up?
No.
I don't have one. Do you have?
It's on their
yeah,
site.
you want to read it?
It says everything you want from a hazy IPA with nothing to weigh you down. This Flyjack Firestone Walker's 96 calorie beer has maximum flavor, minimal calories, and no compromises. And the word crushable is nowhere around.
Yes. Okay. That was my
I already
question.
like it.
This beer is already looking good.
It does smell good.
Actually has a fantastic nose. Really does.
What do you think of that can?
I like that can.
And the name, Flyjack?
Huh. Boy, this is interesting.
This is a well right off the bat. I do like the color scheme and the can. I mean, that's just I think it's pretty prominent.
Yeah, purple.
Yeah, it's got a cool looking font on it.
It's a Firestone Flyjack. Who wants to kick it off?
Go ahead, Stu.
Of course.
Or I'll go if that's not going to work. I've had
Stu can get there. He's a pro.
Oh.
And now he's got that. Ever since he got bit by that snake, his palate is fucking
He's
amazing.
got super palate.
So good. It's like, these hops are from Northwest Oregon.
You mean go first?
Go for it.
All right. This beer is quite good, actually. Another low-cal IPA that I actually enjoy. It has good nose, good flavor, finishes clean and crisp, which is the only way I like an IPA.
That's a fact. You want it nice and crisp, go away.
Yes. Not the foot funk like you sifted it through a sock and fucking...
Boom. That sounds good.
Yeah. This is really good. I'm actually looking forward to drink. I've had 2 sips. I'm looking forward to drinking the rest of it. I could give this a 3.5 easily.
Yeah, I think it's...
Maybe a 4. I mean, it's that good.
I'd like to try it head-to-head with the Wowza. Because
Yeah.
it's hard to... It's really...
It's hard to go back in your mind.
Yeah,
and,
they blur together, you know? They really do. And I've only been doing this for 5+ years
Yeah.
now. We've been drinking beers over here, so...
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. It's got a different. It smells different. It smells interesting, but it doesn't have that lingering on the top of your mouth. You know, after you after it's gone, doesn't linger.
you don't have that IPA hoppy film
yeah
all in your mouth.
So, because I'm not big on the IPAs in general, but this one is actually pretty good. I'm going to give it a 3, and I'll go 3.5 because I'm liking the marketing. I really like the can.
All right.
Interesting.
I mean, it's definitely crisp.
I don't remember what I gave the Wowza.
I don't either, and that's where I
don't want to give it more than I gave the Wowza, but I feel like I gave the Wowza a 3.5 or a 4.
I think you should give it the same if if you're in that.
Yeah.
Here's all right. My favorite aspect of this beer is the stink. I really like the
Yes.
stink. It's got a good citrusy, hoppy stink. It's really
It's not fair to call it a stink, but we understand what you're saying.
Right. If I say bouquet,
Yeah.
everyone's like, so I'm going to say
Nose
stink.
sounds a little bougie.
Yeah, nose, bouquet. I mean, these are what
Yeah.
they are. Aroma.
Yeah.
Stink,
smells
though,
good.
Stink is like that's the cool way.
Yeah.
So don't call
It's a
me
down
out.
and dirty way.
Yeah. So I like the stink a lot. Good citrusy, nose. So that's actually my favorite aspect of this beer.
Well, I was just going to say, because along with that marketing, that one little quote right there, beer before glory, I
Yeah.
love that.
So, to your point, Troy, it's very crisp. It goes away. Doesn't leave a lot of lingering aftertaste. Has a good flavor on it. But I do believe the Wowza has a better flavor. Like more
Yeah.
hoppiness. Like more IPA flavor.
Yeah.
And then the Wowza went away.
Yeah. This is light.
This is lighter.
from the jump.
And all of that you're getting is nose. It's
Yeah.
probably dry hop to some level. Like it's not as like juicy as the Wowza.
I think you're right.
I don't want to give it too much, but I certainly don't want to pan it because it is a tasty beer. If you're looking for not a cheap beer, but a light beer, sessionable, I would pick this up again. It falls right in there with the Lagunitas Daytime, which puts it right at the 3 range for me. Because it doesn't have enough flavor profile, but it is enjoyable. I would buy it again.
I'm starting to think Firestone Walker is making good beer. Like I'm gonna seek
really
out,
good beer.
I'm gonna seek out more of their beer because, like I said, I had that one that was the equivalent of the Falcon Smash, and that was put on to me by the waiter at Wood and Iron. It was really good.
One thing weird about this, there's a slight pepperiness. I don't know where that comes from. It's very mild, but. It's there. It's a 3 for me. So a 3.5, 3.5, and a 3. I don't know if that's a deli or not these days.
I don't know.
3.4, 3.35.
Yeah,
it's definitely a good beer. We would tell you to buy.
I would absolutely never say don't buy this beer. This beer is fantastic. Yeah. Slighty Mighty being like the crap of this genre.
Yeah,
Slighty Mighty by Dogfish, not that great. Then I think you give it the Lagunitas Daytime. Is right there with this Firestone Walker.
I think this might be better.
It might be. And I buy Lagunitas Daytime. They're almost always one in my fridge because I like those a lot. The Wowzas are harder to find, but it's the better. So that's kind of my scale.
So this is definitely
a good beer.
This is definitely a recommendable beer.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a little bell.
Yeah, it's a little bell.
It's a tasty beer.
And I think Ely would like it. Ooh. Because it finishes so clean.
Where is Ely?
I'm sure he's at the river. That's where I would be.
That's what he calls it, too. He always pronounces the H hard.
He loves it. He loves that.
He does.
I think he's getting custom tags that say river.
I was a little disappointed that Ely wasn't here tonight because something was sent in from a listener.
It was.
Yep.
And we teased it last week. It was they asked us what our Mount Rushmore of movie quotes was.
Hardest question ever.
Yeah, when he sent the link into the Facebook page, which, by the way, great way to get in touch with us, or you can email us. But he sent it to the Facebook page, and I ran into him at the pool, and we were talking about it, and I was like, dude, that's an insane ask. Like, I don't even know where to start and
literally
stop with
four, and I understand there's going to be
Mount Rushmore of movie quotes is what he asked for. What are your Mount Rushmore of movie quotes?
So I recognize that if there's guys out there listening to Part of My Take, I listen to it all the time. They do a Mount Rushmore every week. We're not biting their style. I actually conferred with the guys, and they were like, "No, Mount Rushmore is a common,
that's
a common thing. It comes
Mount
up
Rushmore
all the time.
of
anything.
Baseball players, Mount Rushmore of presidents."
So I'm okay saying Mount Rushmore, but I did question because I was like, I don't want to bite someone's bit. But you were like, no, that's common.
Yeah,
it's
vernacular.
Everyone's vernacular. Yeah. So I'm good with it. So we're doing Mount Rushmore movie quotes because we were
sure
asked
other
to
people
do
beer tastings. I mean, we're not.
But Joe the chef specifically, that's true. No one else is doing this.
This is an
We
original
did it first.
thought.
Yeah, we were the first to taste beers. My great grandfather did a podcast.
I remember
in the early 1800s.
That's
Jeremiah.
He tried beers from all over. It was a very good podcast.
All
Sound
over
quality.
Chicago, Zona, DC land.
Everywhere. Actually, at that point, it would have been Ireland to Canada. I'm actually Irish Canada. That's how I came.
You're a long line of people who lived in 5 different places.
No shit. Yeah, that's about right.
They're called gypsies.
Son, we haven't moved enough.
Yeah,
yet.
that's about right, Stu. I come from a long line of gypsies.
You're breaking that. You better get your kids moving to a different state.
Actually, the other day that came up, and I was like, no, I think we should move at some point. My wife's like, no, we're staying here
Forever.
Like, she was like, this is where I want to live. And I'm like,
You're getting buried in the backyard.
I was like, but I want the kids to move around. And I lost the argument because there was a bunch of there was another couple over, and they were both like, we're Army brats, both of them.
Oh,
they were like, we hated how much we moved. They're like, what you're doing for your kids is providing stability. And I was like, no, what I'm doing is I'm making a one-dimensional child. He's not they're not going to be very rounded because they haven't seen other things. They were like, it's overrated.
Yeah.
So I guess there is.
Well, as a child, I think it is. I think it's hard on children to move that much.
I guess, but I thought it gave me an opportunity to learn how to like make friends and interact.
Maybe for some kids. For you, yes, you're an outgoing person.
But if you're not an outgoing person,
it also gave you an opportunity to bring up where you're quote unquote from every time we talk.
Well, everyone knows where I'm from.
You don't know where you're
It's
from.
a moving target.
No, but imagine if you're a kid and you don't have a lot of friends and you have one good friend that you've grown up with. It's like say goodbye to so and so.
Honestly, like my best friends from Chicago don't speak to a one.
Yeah.
My best friends from Arizona don't speak to a one. Like all those people are gone
Yeah.
because it's all the people from Northern Virginia and here.
Yeah.
So it did hurt. I remember crying a lot as a little kid. Like
I mean, all my good friends, my parents divorced when I was 8 and we moved to a couple towns over, and I don't keep up with them, but the guy I met the first day of school, I still talk to on a very regular basis.
yeah, my friends like
In
that
the
I
third
still
grade.
talk to are
Yeah.
7th grade on for
Yeah.
me. I don't have any of that 3rd grade stuff. But we're here for movie quotes.
Yes.
Yes.
And Joe the chef, I'm sorry that Ely wasn't able to be here because I know that specifically you wanted to do
For him.
because he's such a movie
He's a movie
file.
quote.
Yeah.
So Ely wasn't going to be able to make it. He did send in his quotes.
Yeah.
So we have them here so we can do it. We just won't get to hear his backstory.
His reasoning.
Our
So-
choices. Yeah.
So we will have to try to
Why
fill
you
in the
chose.
gaps. Hopefully there's enough context in the quotes.
He
that
sent
we
them to
can-
Stu. Stu, you've seen them, so you know what they are. I guess we'll go first, and then we'll save his for the end.
I would say we do it that way because, yeah, let's do it that
Do
way.
you
Yeah.
want to do one person's 4 or go
Yes,
like
yes.
round 1, round 2?
No, absolutely
save
not.
Ely's for last?
You put your
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore up.
Okay.
So, in fact, Stu, do you have yours? Can you go first?
Yeah, I can definitely go first.
Here we go. Let's bring it.
All
Mount
right,
Rushmore
so
movie
we're just
quotes.
going to play it and then discuss.
You can say what movie it is.
Yep.
If you can play them.
And then we'll-
Do you have them all set up to play?
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
Producing.
Dude, Stu is slowly easing into
Remember a
his
couple
role
years ago we asked Stu to be on this podcast?
as a producer.
And what were we looking for him to do?
I wanted him on the computer.
Yeah.
I wanted him like getting like sounds or looking up things
Yeah.
and adding a little bit to the conversation to keep us on pace and to like check fact checks.
He's doing it.
He's doing it.
Yeah.
It only took a year and a half.
Welcome, Stu. All right,
right,
Stu,
here
then
we
why
go.
don't you kick it off?
Good thing we
Give
don't
us
do
your-
We'll get-
semi-annual reviews.
Here's the first one.
Yeah, he would have never made it.
What? Over?
Oh my God.
Did you say over? Nothing is over until we decide it is. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no!
Germans.
Forget it, he's rolling.
And it ain't over now. Because when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Who's with me? Let's go! Come on! Ah!
Home
So-
Alone?
Home Alone.
Exactly.
So that is Animal House.
Yes.
And
I almost sent that one in.
do you know what song is playing in the background there?
Oh, God.
I have no idea.
That is that's the Faber College theme. So,
Oh, yeah.
So if you buy the CD, because I had that as a little kid, and I still love that soundtrack. They have the Faber College theme, and it's like their song or the college they went to, and that's it. And they just slow it down for that dramatic part.
So I have the vinyl, the album. It's
Nice.
and when you open it up and open up the cover, you know the picture of all the cast and crew, that one that's so iconic.
yeah, they're all on the front porch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you open it and flip it over, they're all flicking the bird.
I love it. I love it.
That's awesome.
So-
All right, so that is a bit of an extended movie quote. That's more
Yeah.
of a
Scene, monologue.
Yeah, it's kind of a but I'm willing to take it because it's Belushi and it's
Yeah.
Animal House, so that's good. All right, so Stu, you have put
So I've got,
Belushi on your Mount Rushmore,
Yes.
dropping that. Okay,
and
very
these are
cool.
in no particular order, though. They're just our 4.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
you know say I like that president more. These are the
Yeah.
4.
So this is another one this is another monologue.
Oh, you're
About
killing us. Here.
30 seconds.
You're killing us. So slow. It's just Stu just drags.
Well, I
it
believe
out.
in the soul. The cock, the pussy, the small of a woman's back,
The Hanging Curveball, High Fiber, Good Scotch, that the novels of Susan Sontag are self-indulgent, overrated crap. I believe Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. I believe there ought to be a constitutional amendment outlawing AstroTurf and the designated hitter. I believe in the sweet spot, softcore pornography, opening your presents Christmas morning rather than Christmas Eve, and I believe in long, slow, deep, soft, wet kisses that last 3 days.
Oh, my.
Good night.
Is that Bull Durham?
That's
Bull Durham.
Okay.
Great,
okay.
great little monologue there.
Okay.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite movies.
That's another one you could, like, you've given 2 great movies that you could literally pull a ton of quotes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that mound visit
The
is
mound
awesome.
visit is awesome. I was torn. But
I'm trying to blank on his name. Who'd be up on the mountain then?
Kevin Costner?
It's Costner. There
Yeah.
it is. There it is. Costner.
Costner, yeah.
So, all right, so
Or
now,
Crash Davis. It's
Crash, yeah.
So currently he has Belushi and Costner up there. I want to visualize what it looks like up
all
there.
right, so here we go with my third one.
I hope this one's not.
6 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses.
Hit it. All right, so you have Belushi again, but we're going to put Aykroyd
That's
up there.
Aykroyd, yeah.
Because that is the Blues Brothers. Okay. Stu, you're old. I like where this is going, though. I like these. I like
movies
your
from
quotes thus far.
78, 80, and 85, maybe?
Thus far, the one to me that just doesn't. Well, finish it up.
All right, this is my last one.
Oh, Stu's producing. It's like, would you like to update Windows?
Oh, come on.
That's what I'm seeing over here.
It
Like
just went crazy.
the whole thing.
All right. Damn it. You know, you couldn't get out of here just one time.
Why don't you just? All right, so I will. While you're trying to figure it out, thus far the Bull Durham one, it doesn't do it for me.
I love that quote. That's
I assume
great.
that there's going to be dissension in the ranks.
I thought you were a baseball fan.
I'm a Cubs fan. That's not baseball necessarily.
I got it. We can get this fired up finally. This is my bad. Because some of these are downloadable and other ones are just kind of...
No, they're all downloaded.
So this is a
We own
scene.
them
This
all.
is my long scene.
We dive right in by interpreting one of the easiest events
Oh!
in the last 20 years of American history. Now, can
these are
someone tell
monologues.
me
All right.
why in 1975 we pulled our troops out of Vietnam?
It's
The
not that
failure
long.
of Vietnamization to win popular support caused an ongoing
These are
erosion of
monologues.
confidence
Yeah, so-
in the various American
this,
but
because
illegal
Because I didn't get it
Saigon
downloaded
regimes.
right. It's starting the whole thing instead of the end part.
Well, can we just go to the quotes?
Is she right?
Well, we're talking over it. Might as well just let it run.
Because I know that's the popular version of what went on there. I know a lot
back
of
to
people like to
school.
believe
Yeah.
that.
Sam Kennison.
I wish I
know
could,
it's
but I
Kennison.
was there. I wasn't here in the classroom hoping I was right, thinking about it. I was up to my knees in rice patties
This is the
with
quote.
Johnson Edwards going up against Charlie, slugging it out with him, while pussies like you were back here partying, putting headbands on, doing drugs, listening to the goddamn Beatle albums.
Yeah, that's the
Hey,
quote.
Professor, take it easy, will you? I mean, these kids, they were in grade school at the time.
Are you still going to keep playing it? You're going to watch the whole movie? That's a good. I like that. Well,
Yeah.
pussies like you were back here listening to Beatles albums.
Seems fitting today, and that movie came out in what, like 88?
7.
All right, Stu. So your Mount Rushmore of quotes is very interesting.
Yeah.
I like this. So we had
I like all those movies.
Blues Brothers. We had Bull Durham. We
Back to
had
School.
Back to School.
And Animal House.
And Animal House.
Good movies, good flicks.
I'm not mad at you, Stu. I'm
See,
not mad at you, Stu.
The reason I picked these is because I think these are 4 movies, like you were saying, you get quotes out of them, but these are 4 movies I think you can watch over and over again and pick out something new every time.
Now, I went a little different on mine. I went more like, I tried to keep them short and sweet. Like, actually, my runner-up was just, I'm your Huckleberry. That was literally, because I think that is so quotable. I've been saying it my whole life
Yeah.
to people. I'm your Huckleberry. Yeah.
Well, I'll go next, but I want
Okay, go for
I
it.
want to start it with this. This task was so daunting
This is so tough.
to sit down and think of the 4 best quotes. Like first, I was thinking, okay, quotes. So it's this, that, and this. You know, it's got to be a quote. So one of the things I started to sense to was the 8-minute monologue from Glengarry Glen Ross of Alec Baldwin laying into the sales team, which is one of the greatest scenes. But I didn't want to send that because it was an 8-minute cut. So I was trying to come up with quotes, and then I'm thinking of like Roadhouse is like pain don't hurt. That's awesome. I used to fuck guys like you in prison. That's awesome.
I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
Different movie
From Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
That's a great But it's so tough because I know what you're saying. Like you look at scenes,
and
then you start narrowing it to
I can't
movies.
Pick 4. So I picked 4. I tried to pick different genres and different, like, not just funny, not just whatever. So these are my 4, and I'll explain them to you.
Okay. All right, what do you got?
Here we go.
So I jump ship in Hong Kong, and I make my way over to Tibet, and I get on as a looper at a course over there in Himalayas.
A looper?
A looper. You know, a caddy, a looper. Jack. So I tell them I'm a pro Jack. And who do you think they give me? The Dalai Lama himself. The 12th son of the Lama. Flowing robes, the grace, bald. Striking. So I'm on a first tee with him. I give him the driver. He hauls off and whacks one. Big hitter, the Lama. Long. Into a 10,000-foot crevice right at the base of this glacier. Do you know what the Lama says?
No.
Gunga Galunga. Gunga Gunga La Gunga. So we finish 18, and he's going to stiff me. And I say, hey, Lama, hey, how about a little something, for the effort, And he says, there won't be any money. But when you die, on your deathbed, you will receive total consciousness. So I got that going for me, which is nice.
That right there, there's the quote to me, is the very end. He's
so
like,
I got that going for me, which is nice. We all say that.
Because we all say that.
Yeah.
So I got that going for me.
And that's another movie. I mean, to me, 3 of the best comedies ever are Airplane, Caddyshack, and Animal House. And you could literally pull a million quotes from all of those. Like,
yes. Yep.
You're a tremendous slouch. Like, there's a ton of great.
You got a pool up there, right?
Yeah.
Well, we've got a pond. That'd be good for you.
Yeah.
Even in Animal House, he's like, or not in Animal House. Sorry, in the second Caddyshack,
which was not that great.
I know, but there's that one line.
I like the second one.
It might have been the first one, actually. It is the first one because Judge Smalls is wearing the hat and Dangerfield Smales. And Dangerfield's up in the pro shop, and he's like, "Look at this hat. Who would wear this hat? A complete idiot would wear this hat." And he turns around and he goes, "Oh, I mean, it looks good on you, though."
Yeah.
And I say that all the time to people, like, looks good on you, though. When I see like a stupid shirt, like it's the best.
All right, so this
All
is
right, so
one
I'm good with that. I'm good with Caddyshack.
Here's Troy's second one, which is very interesting.
Mike, I don't care what your grandfather thinks about me, okay? All I care about is you. Now, you lost back there because you beat yourself. You let yourself get beat. I know you can do it. You're a special kid. You're my boy, do you understand? But you're also a spoiled, rich brat who's always had everything done for him. Now it's time to do for yourself, Mike, and you can do it. Because I'm telling you, the world meets nobody halfway. Do you understand what that means? If you want it, Mike, you gotta take it. Do you hear me? You gotta take it. Go in there and try. I know you can win. But even if you don't, so what? So you lose. As long as you lose like a winner, it doesn't matter. Because you did it with dignity. I'm telling you, if you don't go in there, you're gonna be sorry. You're gonna regret it your whole life. You know what I mean? Come on. I know you can do it. Will you do it for me?
Turn your hat backwards.
What is he, Arnold Schwarzenegger now?
Yeah, they're all the same to me.
So is that Kenny Loggins again in the background? Meet me halfway.
Oh, I don't know. I could barely hear the retching.
That's a great coming-of-age flick about a young boy in his relationship with his father.
Oh, my God.
One of my favorite movies of all time. And the world meets nobody halfway. What a great quote. It's true. The world meets no one halfway. You got to
So that's the quote.
Yes.
That's the quote. Yeah.
All right, there you go.
But that's good, though. You get a little context, though.
Some of the best names of all movies are in there. His name's
hold on.
Lincoln Hawk. What a
The
dope
vast
name.
majority of people do not know what movie that was.
So this is over the top about a professional arm wrestler. And if you haven't seen it, you're doing yourself a disservice.
And the best quote in that movie for me is When I turn my hat backwards, it's like a switch.
That's right.
That's the quote.
Yeah.
Well, one of the other great quotes is from his nemesis, Bull Hurley, who's like, first place is all that matters. Second sucks. Like,
Yes, that's a great.
There's a lot of good quotes in there.
There is, but you went with some like heart wrenching.
Yeah, I'm not just going funny. I'm not just going.
Okay. No,
I'm
look,
trying to
good.
cover a lot of bases. I got another. I think I got
Let's
another
see here.
heartfelt moment.
I hope you didn't pull another one from over the top.
I could have.
All right, now go ahead. Go ahead, skin it. Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
Now we're talking. See now this I can deal
You
with. This
mentioned
is Tombstone.
Yes.
Yes.
And that whole scene where when he walks in there and sees Billy Bob Thornton and just lays into him, me and my buddies quote that all the time. Like that. I mean, that's a great quote.
All right, so you have now Sylvester Stallone, Bill Murray, and
who played Wyatt Earp?
Val Kilmer.
No. Kurt Douglas.
Kurt Douglas.
Oh, okay.
No.
Kurt.
Not Kurt. Same guy from.
No, he's married to Goldie
Kurt
Hawn.
Russell?
Yeah.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. Yes.
So Kurt Russell, Bill Murray, and Sylvester
These guys are
Stallone.
legit.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
They're
with
legit.
it.
All right,
But
here
you
we-
know Val Kilmer. Oh no, because I'm thinking I'm your Huckleberry. See, I
he's-
keep going back to what I
he's
want.
Doc Holliday.
Got it. Yes,
Yeah,
'cause
he's
that's the
Doc-
Huckleberry. All right.
And
You
by
know-
the way, Tombstone, tons of great quotes.
Tons of great quotes.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty
Tons of great
quotable.
quotes.
All right, so that you have 3 on the board.
Yes.
Let's get your 4th.
Here's the last one.
This is my very good friend, Mr. Gump. Here, can you say hi to him?
Hello, Mr. Gump.
Hello?
Oh, can I go watch TV now?
Yes, you can. Just keep it low.
You're a mama, Jenny.
I'm a mama.
Oh no.
His name's Forrest.
Well, that's not a very
Like
good
me.
name.
You got a daddy?
I named him after his daddy.
Come
You
on.
got a daddy named Forrest, too?
Idiot.
You're his daddy, Forrest.
But I pulled out. Jenny, I pulled out very early.
Man. So
Are we doing this whole scene, or is there a quote coming that you want?
I'm not sure.
Forrest, look at me. Look at me, Forrest. There's nothing you need to do, okay? You didn't do anything wrong. Okay?
I respect that Tom Hanks is going on the board.
Isn't he beautiful?
Yeah.
It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Robin Wright Penn.
But
I'll tell you when to cut it.
is he smart?
He's very smart. He's one of the smartest in his class.
Why? I'm fucking your quotes up. I am fucking your quotes up the whole time.
It's funny.
I am fucking
Yeah,
your quotes
it's okay.
up the
Go
entire
talk to
time.
him.
Mine are only 30 seconds.
I'm stepping all over them. You can cut it. Since Brennan fucking ruined one of the greatest fucking scenes of all time.
It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds long.
It didn't get to that point because you were fucking talking and stepping on it the whole time. Wait, motherfucker.
So you put
No,
Tom Hanks up
move
there.
along.
So wait, real quick, talk about Forrest
There's no
Gump.
need to talk about it. We're just going to
We-
mock
we
it
got-
and step on it the whole time.
We got Troy upset.
Yes, I'm pissed.
He got AIDS. I'd be pissed too. Like, that was messed up what she did to him.
Oh, should we move on? Or
We're
not-
moving on.
Not the
Troy's
Forrest-
fired
I'm
up.
done.
Troy's fired
I'm
up.
done.
So you got Tom Hanks on the board
Yes.
to add to the Mount Rushmore.
Tom Hanks, Sylvester Stallone, Bill Murray, and Kurt Russell.
And Kurt Russell.
Top 4. Or 4 on Rushmore, not top 4. But there we go.
So these
All
are
right.
good.
So
So
now
far,
we're
I
gonna
like
go-
I like the what we have up there.
So I downloaded your 4 plus one you said was a runner-up.
No,
But-
I don't need the runner-up. I already said what that
Which-
one was.
Which, okay. All right, well, here's your first one.
And hopefully these are quick versions of it.
All I have in this world is my balls and my word. I don't break them.
You hit the long one, you twat.
On purpose.
All right, can you play that over? Because literally we missed the whole thing.
All I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one. Do you understand?
There you go. That's a good one.
Hilarious.
All I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them from no one.
So Al Pacino.
Juno. I don't know how to spell. I tried to write it for you. I put DJO.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know how to spell Juno.
Juno. Yeah, you did it phonetically. I couldn't find it.
I tried
anywhere.
to figure it.
I was like, I just got to put this quote in.
So Scarface, that's a good quote. I like
Yes.
that scene when he's talking about respect and getting people to, who you trust and who you don't know. And he basically is like,
Yeah. Well,
this is it.
This is a great quote that doesn't get any traction because everybody always quotes "Say hello."
Say hello to my little friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
From Scarface.
But I like that one. 'Cause it
All right.
makes sense.
Here's your second one.
Fragile. It must be
I
Italian.
didn't send you that one.
This was your alternative then. I didn't know. You sent it to me.
Dang. No, the quote was, nothing could pull me away from the soft glow of electric sex
I have that.
gleaming
I have
in
that.
the window.
I have that. Why are you
You
stepping
took
all over yourself?
Two from the same movie? Oh, I shouldn't have never sent Stu runners-ups.
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to play or not. So here's the one from. All right, this is what you wanted.
World could have dragged me away from the soft glow of electric sex gleaming in the window.
I love that.
Folks, it was 6:45.
What
Only
is
one thing
this?
in the world could have dragged me away
Oh.
from the soft glow of electric sex gleaming in the window.
I
There you
love
go.
that line. Christmas Story. There's a million things to quote in
Yeah.
Christmas Story, and I wanted to go with like the obvious, like compass in the stalk, or like. But I figured I'd just go with that because I always quote that line.
Electric glow is sexy.
Yeah, the soft glow of electric sex gleaming in the window. It's a good one.
That is a good one. I mean,
So I'm putting. I don't know who that is though. I would like to put Ralphie's face on the Mount Rushmore.
Oh,
so now I
that
got
would be-
Scarface and Ralphie.
Yeah, I don't know the actor's name.
I don't either. So I'm putting Ralphie on the Mount Rushmore if we can.
Yeah, you'd have to because
He didn't say it.
But it's him later in life.
Yeah, I wonder who did the voice.
But I don't know who does the voiceover work.
All right, so we got two left for you. We'll do. Here we go.
Get busy living or get busy dying. That's goddamn right.
One of the best movies ever.
Shawshank is my favorite movie, so I went through every quote in there. And there's two people who do that. You get Andy Dufresne doing it, and then you get Red doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They both say it. So it's
Yeah.
a good one, and it's a good mantra. So I think that. And then the last one, I don't know how.
Here's your last one.
Michael Squints Polydorus walked a little taller that day.
He'd kissed a woman.
And he kissed her
her
good.
good.
Oh, it fell off.
That's a better quote.
That was the quote.
Yeah,
Which
my bad.
I find because I also want Squints Polydorus up there because I think Squints is
He
one of
didn't
the
say it.
one of the greatest of all time.
Do you know how quotes work?
You're right. But I'm putting Squints up there.
Okay.
But I love The Sandlot. I think that's one of the
Oh,
greatest movies
yeah, for sure.
of all time. And that particular scene in this day and age,
Oh yeah.
that wouldn't go over very well. I mean,
No, you'd be tagged.
technically,
and bagged.
he faked a death to kiss a woman who did not want to kiss him.
Right.
So that's not a very positive, but I loved that. He'd kissed a woman.
So you
and
got.
he kissed her good. Long and good. That's what it is. Long and good.
So can we go negative 5 points for you for not knowing two of the people on your Mount Rushmore?
I'm good with that.
Okay, good.
All right, so we have
Good
Ely's.
quotes.
We have Ely's
Ely's
quotes
quotes.
next as the final coup
Well,
de
he's
grace.
a movie buff, so I can't wait to see or hear what he sent us.
I assume he's deep.
Do you
in the
know what
collection.
movies these are from?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
All right, Troy.
We're good.
What do you think? What movies would he pick?
Actually, I wouldn't even. I have no guess. He quotes all movies. I mean,
Do you think he's going to go like Godfather,
he could go old school.
or do you think he'll go like
Full Metal
Ace
Jacket.
Ventura?
Oh, Full Metal Jacket. I didn't even think the quote from there. God, how many
that's one of the-
great.
This is my rifle.
He could
like
Ace
it.
Ventura it though too, because
Yeah.
he loves a good comedy.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Old school.
Let's see what we got.
Oh,
Let's see what
it's
we
gonna
got
be
here.
old school.
Let's see what we got here.
Old school is like the first.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Oh, winner.
Okay.
Well,
Classic.
I mean,
he puts.
That's a good movie.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's what?
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing. Patrick Swayze.
which is
Swayze.
We were
Okay.
talking Roadhouse.
Rolling. All right, let's see what we got here on the
He's
second
done
one.
other-
He's got some good ones.
Oh, I was going to say Patrick Swayze's done other movies I would have quoted, but maybe Ely's a big Dirty Dancing fan.
You know what, though?
First Dirty Dancing over Roadhouse.
I do think he likes Dirty Dancing. Ely's a dancer.
Yeah, it's kind of people don't talk about it. He doesn't talk about it.
He's
I
a
don't think-
dancer.
yeah.
I didn't expect it to come out in his movie quotes, but
Yeah.
okay. Nobody puts
Came
baby. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
It's
All
an
right.
I would have thought
interesting-
like Pain Don't Hurt or something like that.
Don't hurt.
Interesting choice from Ely. Okay. Okay.
All right, here we go with number 2.
He's probably trying to hit all angles. Funny, like serious.
All right. Let's see what we got.
I'm sure this is well thought out.
Jack, I want you to draw me like one of your French girls. Wearing this.
All right.
Is that
Wearing only this.
is that the Titanic?
So now who do we have? Gilbert Grape? No.
That's Leo. I mean, Leo's a great actor.
Okay. So he's got Leo up there.
So he's got Leo and Patrick Swayze, which are
Swayze.
iconic actors.
Leo's done a lot of good work, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think he won Best Supporting Actor in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and you could have easily gone with, I could have drowned it in there, Gilbert. I could have drowned it in. Or, I'm going higher than before. I'm going higher than before. These are better quotes. But, I mean, he's not here to defend himself.
But that wasn't Leo. That was Claire Danes or whatever. Who was the girl in there?
No, that was Leo playing a special needs.
No, I'm talking about in his
In
quote.
his movie quote,
In his quote, he doesn't get to put Leo up.
Oh, yeah,
what's
he's
her
putting
name?
Kate
it
Winslet.
Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet. Okay.
You and I
Okay.
have
So
something in common because I haven't seen Titanic either.
I have not seen Titanic, but I've
Spoiler
heard
alert.
But I've heard the quotes enough to. Okay, so he has gone Titanic.
I have seen Titanic.
And- okay, so we have Kate Winslet
and
Patrick
Swayze.
Swayze.
Patrick Swayze. Oh, it's a good-looking kid.
All right, let's see what we got here. Next one coming up.
I thought this was a party. Let's dance!
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
That checks out.
He loves Kevin Bacon.
Yes.
And
Little
Footloose is
Footloose.
all-time fave.
6 degrees of
we
Kevin
got a-
Bacon.
We kind of got a theme going on here.
He has danced
Twice.
Yeah.
All I want to do.
I did not anticipate that.
Again, Kevin Bacon. A lot of good flicks. Could have quoted a lot of different movies, and he went with Footloose.
Yeah, I mean,
He
he's
literally
he's
could have
an-
had one of every 6. He was in Animal House.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
May I have another?
There's so many good
Yeah.
ones.
He was in Tremors.
Tremors.
Ooh. Now there's the one.
That's an
I'm
interesting
still waiting on
move.
the Gunny Sergeant from Full Metal Jacket. I feel like maybe that's the
This
last
is
one.
probably,
He probably saves the
maybe
best for
he
last.
probably put him in order.
Yeah, let's see what we got here.
Know what could really help you sort through these important issues?
What? Orange mocha frappuccino!
That adds up. That adds up. He loves
So-
Zoolander.
Zoolander.
Is that the sequence when the dude's like? It's kind of a dance sequence.
Yeah, they dance
like a montage.
in like an old Bronco.
That's where they start spraying.
They do a
the
gas
gasoline.
fight.
I think we need to take this again.
That's
Let's take this one more time and see exactly what Ely's trying to get across here. And
I guess so.
Know what could really help you sort through these important issues?
What? Orange mocha frappuccino! Yeah!
That's perfect.
There
That
we
is
go.
Ely.
Yeah.
That is Ely in a
Ely
nutshell.
to a
Jeeps
T.
and coffee.
That is Ely in a
Yeah.
nutshell. Well, I
Well-
didn't expect him to go that way.
It's a sentimental scene because he's talking about how he lost all his friends, right? Or that's when he loses all his friends.
Yeah,
in
he'd
that
been having
tragic
it-
gas fire.
And even going into that, he was very conflicted about models don't do enough for
Yeah,
society.
he wanted to
and
help
maybe it's
people.
Just, he said there's more to just being really, really, really good looking.
Yeah.
But I really congratulate Ely for digging deep because I didn't think Ben Stiller would make Rushmore.
No, and
No.
you know what? I'm willing to put him up there, even though he only said what. So Ely's were different than I anticipated.
Yeah, so who said orange mocha frappuccino? That's the guy on his Rushmore.
It's actually 3 of the guys.
Yeah.
It's his 3 model buddies
Yeah.
who all scream it together. It looks like a freaking...
That are really, 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 really good looking.
Yeah. All right, Ely, that was...
Man, but there's so much we missed. I mean, I'm thinking like Clint Eastwood, tons.
I just think that it was... We have some good Mount Rushmores. Yeah. Joe, I'll thank you for sending it in.
It's definitely.
It was one of the more
fun.
difficult assignments.
It's an unanswerable question, honestly.
It is. You can't.
Could have gone Iron Eagle. That's one of my all-time favorites. I could have gone Indiana Jones. That's an all-time.
The only one that jumped like right away, I go Shawshank something.
Right.
And I looked through it, but they were all so long.
I mean, I could have gone old school. I mean, that's classic. PCU. I quote PCU all the time. I mean,
can you blow me where the Pampers are?
Yeah.
What?
You're a freshman. You don't have a car. Find someone on your floor who does. Make friends with them on the first day.
That's right.
You're going to wear a T-shirt of the band of the concert you're going to. Don't be that guy.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And that one gets quoted every concert you go to.
Coffee now.
Tonight at the Pit, everyone gets laid.
These are all good. And then you know what never made it, and I'm shocked? Not a Dazed and Confused quote in the bunch.
Oh, there's plenty of those.
I know, but I didn't. Not one showed up. I thought for sure. I had. You know what I like about high school? The girls
that's good.
I keep getting older, and the girls stay the same age. And I was like, that gets quoted constantly.
But that's why every top movie quote list is always your top 25, your top 50 movie quotes. Nobody tries to whittle it down to 4.
No, I'm glad. I'm a little shocked at Ely's, but I'm glad we went through the exercise.
It was good.
I did think Ely's were a little odd.
A little bit.
If anything,
but hey, I mean, he likes to dance.
And he likes to paint girls like those French girls.
For all you listeners
or
out
maybe
there,
he wants to be painted.
Chime back in and let us know how the production value comes out.
Let us know your favorite movie quotes.
Actually, I would love to know people's 4 movie quotes just so I could see what they've got.
And see what we missed.
Because it was seriously one of the more difficult projects I've undertaken in a while.
We obviously missed some. I mean, I don't stand by my 4. Like, I could easily swap out other stuff.
I had one this weekend. Like, it hit me. I was thinking about it. It was like in the middle of drinking. And all of a sudden, it like hit me, and I go, "That is my absolute favorite." And it like in that moment, the light went off. It's like that's my absolute favorite. I'm doing it.
Yep.
For the life of me.
You didn't write it down.
No, I didn't write it down. I don't know what it was. But in the moment, I was like, don't forget. Like you repeat it over and over in your head so you don't screw it up.
Yep.
Lost it.
So for me, the other one from Back to School is when they're in the bar and Dangerfield says, "Yeah, we'll take a pitcher of beer every 10 minutes so somebody passes out, then every 7 minutes after that."
Yeah, they're in a hot tub.
No, that's in the bar scene.
I thought that was when blowing bubbles.
No, I don't think so. You might be right. I can't remember, but it's definitely the quotable one.
Yes, I mean there's so many good movies. This was a difficult project.
You could actually just go, what's your top 4 for drama? What's your top 4 for
So what I would like to request is, since Chef Joe put us up to this challenge,
we're gonna put who up to the challenge?
No, I need Chef Joe's.
Oh yeah, send him in. We'll fire him up.
I need him to send me his top 4 because what I felt like he did was gave us basically an insurmountable hurdle, but he didn't have to clear that hurdle himself. He should have to send us his top 4.
That's fair enough.
That's a Chef Joe request. I want his
put that
top.
out to him.
Yeah, we need that.
By the way, back to school, like the casting of Dangerfield's son. That dude was so unlikable.
Who is that dude?
Dude, he was in
the worst.
He was in Christine.
Oh God, you're right. He was the one who had Christine though, and caused all that mayhem.
Yeah, I mean, Robert Downey Jr.'s one of his first movies, and I don't know that actor's name.
I just found that actor and character, like, I just wanted to punch him in the face most of the movie.
He was dislikable.
Yeah.
At best.
And then he's supposed to get the smoking hot chick who's about 6 inches taller than him. Like, no way, dude. Get out of here.
Yeah. No, and I would have
over Zabka?
I would have
over Zabka.
Over just the handsome guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the other guy was the from Karate Kid from
Billy Zabka.
Yeah,
Billy.
He's like the greatest.
Didn't know the name.
The greatest bad guy. The other dude was a mousy looking freak.
Yeah.
Christine was a good movie though.
Speaking of mice, All I know is Troy sends in a topic. It literally says, "This mouse, Jesus."
Yeah.
Or
So I
don't even know what that means.
Something's going on in my house. We've been in the house 13 and a half, 12 and a half, 13 and a half years.
Okay.
And we've never had a mouse problem. And the past couple months started seeing mouse dropping showing up. So had
in the house?
Yeah.
Or like, okay.
So had the pest guy lay out some bait to like kill them, and allegedly they go out and die somewhere else. Still seeing it. Tried some glue traps, caught a couple, didn't catch a lot of them. Still
Have
seeing
you tried the trap? It's like it looks like a Habitrail thing, and the end of it, like when they go in, the end flips up and closes.
So it doesn't kill them?
Yeah, it keeps the mouse alive. Those are like super humane, unless you forget that you set the mouse trap and you come out a week later to find a mouse that is starved to death.
Yeah.
That's actually not humane.
Well, my problem is, what am I going to do with a live
Friend
mouse?
story.
Like, let him go outside? Like, then he's just going to come right back in. I think all the weather, like all the water's pushing him in and all that stuff. But I don't know what's going on.
Troy's killing the mouse, and I'm saving the copperheads.
Yeah, I'm thinking I need a snake over my house. So I finally was like, fuck this noise. I'm going to the original mousetrap, the fucking neck snapper. Like, that's going to do it.
That's the one. I mean, you can't go wrong.
Because they actually say it's the most humane
The
of all.
mouse steps in and then
Exactly.
over.
And the mouse doesn't step out.
So the wife usually leaves for work before me, and she went downstairs the other day and came back up and was like, "Did you set the traps?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "I hear something moving around under the sink." Because we keep seeing droppings under the sink, which there's nothing but chemicals under there. I don't know why a mouse would even be under there.
Did you put a trap under the sink?
Yeah, because we had seen droppings there.
Just, I'm trying to envision what the sound may be. I'm thinking.
Yeah, so she heard some rustling around. So I go down there, and I'm like, open it up, and the fucking mouse is caught, but it's not around his neck. It's about his back leg. And he's fucking
just one leg?
Yeah.
Broken hip.
And he's trying to like pull himself out of it. I'm like, God damn
mouse.
it. So I grab the trap, and I'm trying not to touch him because I don't know what the fuck this little thing's got.
They literally carry bubonic plague.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it a lot because of COVID.
Yeah.
But it destroyed a lot of people.
So I grab the thing, and I'm like, I'm going to throw him in the trash and then take the trash out. Well, I opened my trash, and I guess I was slipping because the trash was full. We have one of those, like, slide-out drawers.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So I drop him on the top of the trash, and he, just quick as shit, just pulls himself with the trap on his leg off the top of the trash onto the floor and slides underneath my fucking stove with the trap still on his leg.
Oh, no.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
So did you turn the stove on?
Well, the stove gets hot above it, not below it.
Yeah.
It's an electric stove. So I pull the stove out, and right as I'm pulling the stove out, he's fucking scurrying away without the trap. He's gotten the trap off of him.
Does he have his leg?
Yeah, he's dragging his bad
so it's
leg
just
behind
a dragging
him.
dead leg. Okay.
And he's into the fucking hole where the conduit comes out for the fucking stove plug.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
now you got a trap in there with the, or no, he's out. He's out of the
got
trap.
off the trap, but I'm like, best case scenario, I have a mouse dying in my wall. But secondly, like, I've never heard of a mouse escaping one of these,
It's
alleged,
supposed to be the foolproof trap. It snaps them in half.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yes.
That's its job. It
Yes.
has one job. Snap.
That's
hard.
what happens when you don't buy the Yeti mousetrap.
I should have bought the Yeti mousetrap.
They're only $40. They're fantastic, and they're throwaway or one use. One use. But if it takes their leg off, it'll shatter their leg so hard the rest of the family dies.
Oh, nice.
Of depression.
I have to get
It's a
that.
slow death, but they never come out and eat.
I have to get that. But
They just sit in the dark.
I'd never seen that. I was like, are you kidding me?
How many months ago did it start? I mean, I'm wondering if the rain's driven it inside.
Yeah, it definitely is. Somebody's told me that we're on a slab, so water level gets high. And then I've heard they look for water. And actually, so outside of my house, we have a faucet, but it's inside of our screen porch. And whenever we have to hook the hose up, the kids hooked the hose up the other day, we put a little bucket because there's a little drip.
Right.
I found 2 dead mice in the bucket that had drowned. So I think I know my new trap now. I'm just going to get a bunch of buckets of water.
What's
and
that
just
smell?
Well, they don't smell in the water.
Yeah, well, not after. It has to be a while.
I mean, you can rig up traps. Like you could put like a plank with a peanut on the end over the water kind of thing.
Yeah.
And, like have it just when the weight gets out there, it just goes. You can just walk these fuckers off the planet.
There's Brendan's miniature pirate boat floating around the bucket.
Oh my God!
Get the house.
I have found like they've cleaned the peanut butter off the traps
without
setting them off. I'm like, you sons of bitches.
Those humane traps are all right.
Yeah, but I don't want live mice.
No, because then you literally have to figure out what to do with it.
Yeah.
Which my daughters find them and they're like, oh, we should keep it. It's adorable.
I mean, they're cute little mice, and I don't want to kill them, but I can't have them in the damn house. They're like getting in the pantry. They're getting into shit.
I've got one mouse that
getting
I have
into paper towels, like in the closet, like just.
I brought my air mattress up. Like so, the other night I pulled an air mattress out of the attic and set it up for the kids. They were doing a sleepover, and like I filled the damn thing up. My daughter comes in, and I'm like, it's taking forever, and she's like, how do you plug the holes on the side? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And so like I go over to the other side, and there's big old like mouse chewed holes. And then I took another air mattress up to the lake this weekend. I filled it up, and that bitch right back down. I was like, oh, curses.
Yeah, air mattresses at best hardly hold air. And then it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
you get something chewing through it.
I do have one mouse that I haven't notified the family of because I don't mind this mouse. There's this mouse that when I work out on the Bowflex, it comes out every time from like the back corner. I don't know where it's coming from, but he comes out and he'll just kind of look at me and watch me work out. Like,
So are we referencing Green Mile now?
Yeah, he's my little. What's that stupid mouse's name?
Snowball.
Mr. Jangles. Bojangles.
Yeah,
Bojangles.
Mr.
Yeah.
Jangles.
Yeah, Jingles, something
Mr.
like
Jingles.
that.
That's
Mr.
right.
Jingles.
But he's like my Mr. Jingles. He's my Bowflex Jingles. Like he comes out and he looks at me, and I'm always like, he doesn't come off the ledge. So I'm like, you're all right. Like you're not making any inroads, but you come out, watch me work out. Like I respect you. So I'm keeping that mouse alive. I haven't notified the
He's a
family.
garage mouse, not a house mouse.
Yeah. Oh, he comes to the house. He's a dead man. Dead man.
Yeah.
But he's on the opposite. He's on the side furthest from the house.
Yeah.
I trust that he knows his lane.
So I guess because they're bred and they're not exposed to anything,
not
the
made
little,
of
the little
bread.
white mice you can get at the pet store are fine.
No, they're all vermin.
Yeah.
They're disgusting. They all carry nasty diseases, and they just chew up all your shit and want to eat. And they get in your stuff and eat it, and then leave.
Yep.
So like they've been in there. Like,
oh yeah, like I found a bag of Chex Mix that had the corner fucking nibbled out of it, and I'm like, well, now this whole bag of Chex Mix is fucking
yeah,
trash.
and you've been eating the Chex Mix.
Well, no, it hadn't even been opened, which is even worse. It's like
they got you.
You're getting into shit that's not even open.
They got you.
Yeah.
Damn.
You snapped a mouse's leg at the hip. Oh. Called it a day.
Done.
I hope that fucker dies a horrible death.
Nah, he'll be fine.
No.
He'll go to the vet.
Yeah.
Get it fixed up. Come on back.
Did you guys have anything real quick happen because of all this rain? Like significant?
I don't know because I wasn't here during the craziness.
I mean, half of my backyard was underwater, but nothing bad with that I know yet happened with the house. Like I didn't have water pouring in anywhere, but it was crazy amounts of rain.
I had an appointment at 2:00, and I was feeling well enough to go to it in Churchill, and I went to it, and everything what should have taken me 25 minutes to get home took me almost an hour and a half because Powhite, Hall Street, different all these roads.
Oh yeah, they
closed
came
down.
on the news and told everybody to stay the fuck at home.
The best one I had.
I didn't get that notification.
There was what was the tropical storm? It wasn't a hurricane.
Gaston.
It came through in like 2003.
Oh, that was
Is it Isabel?
I thought it was an I.
Yeah, that's when I had the hurricane party with the plumber.
That one got me pretty good, and we had a house in Carytown, and like it was like very low.
Yeah,
and it had one of those like 5-foot crawl space basements, and that thing managed to flood.
Yeah.
And our Christmas ornaments managed to float out, some of them.
Holy shit.
Like left.
Yeah.
Like just left. Like we weren't in the house. We were moving into the other house, and we came back, and like the door was open, and some of the stuff was going. Now maybe we were robbed in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But I'd like to think that they just floated away.
Yeah, probably.
Was that the same storm though when you guys lost power at that house, but the side of the street didn't, and when you went down the street, all you ran over were extension cords from the neighbors throwing shit across?
because ours was on the grid of the 7-Eleven, which is the only way to get food in Carytown. So they always got that one up and running.
Yeah.
And so everyone had extension cords going to the other side of the street, all down the street, like, helping people
That
out.
was nice.
We were doing our part.
Yeah.
We were doing our part. That was an interesting storm.
That was the one that shut down the whole. I mean, parts of the city were out without power for like a week.
Yeah, you still see lines where people are like, "This is where the water level was," and it's well over your head.
Yeah,
like just ludicrous.
Yeah, they. What was it today? They said be careful in your water usage for Chesterfield County because one of the treatment plants is down.
Yep. Put us on water restrictions over here.
And they say it hasn't affected the water, but like during the course of the day, I fill up either from the filtered water or the tap water, like depending on where I'm in the house, like as I'm going through my day. I don't taste any difference between them. There is a significant difference between how the tap water tastes today and the filtered water.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
There's no doubt. It's like something's up. They're saying it's fine. I'm trusting them. These are the same people that ran Flint, Michigan for years.
Well, we actually got pretty lucky because we didn't have any wind. If we'd had slightest amount of wind, the trees that would have gone with the ground being saturated.
I was watching all my Nest cameras, and there was like nothing down. I was like, what are people talking about? So it must have just been rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we'd have had any like wind,
it was a lot of rain it started raining like Friday at like 5 o'clock and didn't let up till Sunday. I mean, literally
like
rained
8-9 inches in a day and a half.
I did see my in-laws live like on a reservoir, and they have like a little John boat out on the water, and he pulls it in right at the end of every day, and he pulls it up onto the land. And the last time I went to their house, the water had receded so much that his was just sitting way up on land, like from where water was, and it was just a bunch of mud for like 12 feet.
Right.
And then he sent me a picture, and you see his boat like floating in what looks like the middle of a lake, and he's like, "That's still tethered to the tree.
Wow.
it's just floating way the hell out there." He's like, "I can't get to it. I can't do anything."
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, we lucked out. I mean, that could have been really bad the other day.
Well, hopefully everybody at home that is listening, those that are here in Richmond, at least are okay. They've survived it. They're in a good spot. It does sound like it was a bit of a hairy situation here. Fortunately, we missed a lot of it.
Definitely.
At least, or like dodged the bullet of it. So hopefully by next week we won't have any more fucking catastrophic nonsense occurring while we're all just trying to hang out and enjoy our week.
The rainstorm was one of the typical things to happen in a year, but that was common for 2020. Not all the uncommon stuff.
I think it was Saturday. I heard Kurt Austria say that by the end of Saturday we will have had the third wettest August in the history of recorded Richmond weather, and that was on like the 15th. We're halfway through the month.
That's not good.
No,
that was before this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we won. Haha, new record.
And I also heard that we get the same amount of rain on average annually as Seattle, but we just get it in buckets where they just have a constant.
Yeah, and I'd rather have it our way, I got to be honest.
Yeah.
I
don't know. The past couple weeks have been a mental mindfuck.
This whole year's been a mental mindfuck.
For sure.
Everybody out there, keep your mind. Be good.
Good luck.
Hold it together. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope this is helpful on some level.
Use a longer stick.
Use a longer stick.
That's what she said.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't had a chance to give us a review, please reach on out to wherever it is you get podcasts from. Give us a 5-star rating. If you haven't had a chance to send us a topic, send us something easier than Chef Joe. You can do that at InsideThePalletHouse@gmail.com, or you can always find us on our Instagram and Twitter at ITPH Podcast. If you have too much money, that would be on Venmo at Inside the Pallet House. There it is. Thank you, Troy. Or you can always find us on our Facebook page. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
Peace out.
That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?